Okay, before I get to the questions that surprisingly no one else is asking right now, I'd like to first give a huge shout out to the Decembro for addressing a bunch of the Ciri stuff, because I like 100% agree with everything he said in his video, and I honestly couldn't have said it better myself. So instead of doing that and paraphrasing, I'm gonna leave his video in the description. Go check it out, it's well put together, and honestly, like I said, I couldn't have said it better myself. But the first thing I want to talk about is the comments saying the game is doomed. We've seen no gameplay, but yet the game is already, it's dead. The second that trailer dropped, the game is dead, nobody's buying it. Those are the comments that I'm seeing, and that's very confusing considering the fact that we don't know much about the gameplay at all, how it's gonna look, how the story is gonna look. All we've seen is Ciri being badass, and that's apparently a sign that the end times are coming and we might as well just not play any game that comes out after The Witcher 3. I just think this is all stupid and quite baseless considering we literally don't have anything to base this on. So whilst there are articles talking about where the game is heading and Ciri's personality and everything, we can't criticize the entire game straight away, like it just makes no sense to me. So here are a few things that I've been thinking of that aren't exactly like Witcher 4 trailer related, but they are something that the trailer reminded me of and something that it makes me think about. Like for example, maybe the fact that we'll be able to shape Ciri's personality and attitude. I'm sure the player is still the one making the decision, and possibly we can make like a Geralt-like decisions that maybe even Ciri could be picking up on, since, you know, Geralt trained her and she probably learned a lot. She knows his point of view on a bunch of stuff, definitely. So I don't know, I think it would be kind of cool if we like made Geralt-like decisions as Ciri, and for Ciri to even acknowledge it, they're like, oh, I'm sounding like Geralt right now. And also I think we should give CDPR the benefit of the doubt, like while they have added this very controversial change of making Ciri like a literal Witcher, have they failed us yet? If you don't count the terrible start of Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk, then no, because yes, both of those games came out in a bad state. Cyberpunk especially, it was unplayable at launch, an absolute atrocity, one of the biggest atrocities in the history of gaming, but they slowly patched up everything. And now the game is, almost all those bugs are gone, and the game is in the state that CDPR more or less wants it to be. Not to mention the Phantom Liberty DLC, which is quite new and is getting nothing but praise. Everyone's shouting how it's an amazing DLC, and CD Projekt Red has been known for making really good DLCs if you obviously look at The Witcher 3. So I wouldn't be crying out the game is dead on arrival when the creators are the great CDPR. But something that is worth acknowledging is the fact that The Witcher 3 devs are not working on The Witcher 4. At least I'm pretty sure that most of the team that worked on The Witcher 3 isn't here. I've heard that a team of previously CDPR employees created this team called Rebel Wolves, and they're making their own RPG. And that's worth looking into. Just a little side note. Even though these aren't the OG devs and writers, they have given us a great, very recent product in the form of Phantom Liberty, the DLC for Cyberpunk 2077. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. But here is something huge that I don't see anyone talking about, and that's what choices from The Witcher 3 will transfer over to The Witcher 4, if that even is going to be a possibility, because while I know that The Witcher 3 is Geralt's trilogy, I think it still would be cool if we continued the trend in Witcher games to transfer over, locate the save file and transfer over what happened in there. For example, any of the 3 endings, you know, the bad one, the bittersweet one, and the Witcheress one. If we're gonna assume that in the bad ending Ciri doesn't die, she simply leaves Geralt because he was an asshole if you made the worst decisions, then maybe if she does come across Geralt in The Witcher 4, she's more cold towards him. Maybe she just has a really bad attitude in general. But if you went with the other 2 endings, she has a different attitude based on that. Now I never gave a shit about like the political parts of the endings, like Skellige has Ciri, and here Radovid is actually the ruler now, or Dijkstra, or Nilfgaard, or whatever, and maybe that will somehow affect the world of The Witcher 4, as well as obviously who Geralt picked, Triss, Yennefer. I just don't know why no one is talking about the choices that might transfer from one game to the next. I find that incredibly interesting, and you know, I still try to think of examples that would fit and would be a cool change. Now when people are talking about Ciri's appearance and how she's been, you know, modernized, so she's not a cute, attractive woman, because women in games nowadays have to have jawlines that men could only dream of. But I mean, first of all, she didn't look that bad. I mean, I'm sure that when many people saw the trailer, the first word that came to their head when they saw Ciri was mommy. And also, like, I'm pretty sure every channel on Earth that ever covered this said she aged. Well, she maybe ages differently with Elder Blood, and especially the Witcher mutations, which she has clearly gone through. Even if they don't like Ciri's new model that much, remember guys, there are always mods. I am 1,000,000% sure that The Witcher 4 will have mod support, in which you could probably change anybody's model to your liking. If they for some reason change the look of someone and you don't like it, maybe it could be like a pointless race swap or just something that doesn't make sense. There are mods that change character models, there are mods that change gameplay styles and features and even animations and so on. So if there are little nitpicks that people don't like about the game, I'm not saying mods will save the game entirely, but I mean, I'm playing modded gameplay right now. I wish that the original Witcher 3 had a cloak you could put on, that they kind of kept the Geralt from the trailers, because I think he's more like mutated and scary and intimidating, but they made him more handsome so that he could be Lambert's little pretty boy. But I'm just saying that, you know, mods are still a thing and they always will be. So even if you're upset about someone's appearance, at the end of the day, you can just change it, I guess. It's not a big deal at all. Now, because people are talking about The Witcher 4, there is less talk about the other Witcher project, which is The Witcher 1 Remake. And I'm gonna be honest, if you asked me which one I'm more hyped for, I might be wiggling towards The Witcher 1 Remake, because while The Witcher 4 will definitely be an interesting take, and the story will be, well, completely new and everything, and it's even more ambitious than The Witcher 3. Like, there's been so many articles that, oh, Witcher 4 isn't just, you know, a better looking Witcher 3. No, it's gonna revolutionize role-playing games in another way. And while I'm excited to see how they do that, for the time being, I want to see what the next Geralt game will look like. Will they just Witcher 3ify it? Will the atmosphere still be the same, like very close to the books and, you know, Polish and Slavic folk music and folklore and that type of style? Or will they try to make it more like The Witcher 3? Or I'm not saying it's like not Slavic and folklorish, but anyone who played The Witcher 1 just knows that that atmosphere has not been remade in any of the future games. So I really hope that doesn't get lost in translation. But never mind about that, I will make a whole separate video about my expectations on The Witcher 1 Remake, and I just want to throw it in there that I'm excited for when this trailer comes out, when they like maybe remake the opening cutscene with the Striga and everything. I don't know, I just think that's really cool. And in other news, I just really wanted to show that I finally hung up my replica of Geralt's steel sword. Yes, it's the steel one. I just really like the sword in general. It's made out of plastic, but I still think it's cool. And I just really wanted to hang it up like Corvo Bianco style, like you see here. But that'll be everything for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please do leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you, hopefully, in the next video. Bye bye.